What did Aquaman say when his fish friends told him a joke? Stop it, you're gilling me! Welcome to Comic Book Editions Volume 257. Today I have half a dozen DC Comics additions into my personal collection to share with you. I'm really glad that you're here for it. Welcome. We'll get started with something that's going to take a trip down memory lane for me. These really tiny stickers I used to get when I was a childhood collector in a vending machine outside of Kmart in Dubuque, Iowa. There's 12 of them total, and I put all 12 up on the screen, as you can already see. And I was happy to be able to add mint condition versions of them into my collection. This one is the first of 3 different Superman designs that they had. What accompanied these stickers were little white plastic trophies, like a cup, a trophy cup. And you would take the stickers, peel them off on the back, and affix them around this little plastic trophy cup, and they would fit just perfectly. It was a blind bag before there were such things as blind bags, because you put your quarter into the machine, you crank the handle, a little egg would pop out, and whatever one you got is what you got. I do remember on the machine that they did have a picture of all of the different DC Comics choices that you could get out of the machine. And of course, I wanted Wonder Woman the most. So far, you've seen the 3 different Superman designs that are in the set. And if you're going to have Superman, you need to have a Lex Luthor to go with it, right? So as I said, I have many memories of getting that quarter into the machine, cranking it, letting the egg fall out, and hoping that it would be a Wonder Woman inside. I did end up getting a Wonder Woman, and I thought this was an awesome design, an image that I don't remember them. They've used it for a few other products, but not a whole lot of other licensed products. But I didn't get Wonder Woman right away from the very beginning. I do remember having different stickers at different times before I got Wonder Woman, but I do remember getting a few Wonder Woman, and I was happy about that. I think I probably, at one point or another, ended up getting the entire lot of DC Comics stickers from this little vending machine. Here's the Aquaman one right now. And of course, you can't do DC Comics without Batman. Have to have that. From my research, these are from 1979, I believe. And from my research, I believe there were also 6 Marvel stickers that were produced. I have no memories of these Marvel stickers. I certainly don't remember them being in the same vending machine. I just remember the vending machine being DC only. But the 6 Marvel ones that they had were Fantastic Four, The Thing, Thor, Ms. Marvel in her cool Black Lightning Bolt costume, Spider-Woman, and Captain America. There's Robin. And we continue on the Bat family with Batgirl. Had I seen the Marvel ones, I'm sure I would have bought those 2 and collected them, and some of the Marvel images are actually pretty awesome. Since there's only 6 of them, maybe I could try to see if I could get them into my collection. I've done a little looking online just individually for unused ones, and they seemed a little bit higher. I ended up getting a pretty sweet deal on this lot of stickers. And for the memories it brought back, the price was worth it alone. We've got to get into some Bat villains right now with the Riddler. And then I have a Joker that's a little bit fuzzy in the printing on this sticker, but I do remember having this one as a childhood collector too. The little plastic trophy cups didn't come with them. Like I said, the sticker would be rolled, and then just a white plastic little trophy cup would be inside the egg, and then you would put the sticker on yourself. And then finally, Penguin to wrap up this lot of 12 DC stickers that certainly gave me a great walk down memory lane, and I was happy to have these as a nice little collectible to put into my collection. And I was also really happy that I was able to gift a set of these to a friend recently for his birthday this past summer. So thanks for going down that walk down memory lane for me with those fun vintage stickers. So last week on Comic Book Editions Volume 256, I completed my run of Justice League of America Volume 1. So if I've completed the run, what the heck is this? This is Justice League of America issue 217. It's a second printing that was done in 1987. The original issue 217 came out in 1983. The second printing was done under the So Much Fun Inc. And So Much Fun was a company that would take some comic books and reprint them a few years after their original publication. Besides this Justice League, there's ASM 292, Archie 282, Betty and Veronica 289, Man of Steel Volume 1, Issue 1, the DC Star Trek Issue 6, an old Silver Age Superman 161, plus G.I. Joe 63, Batman 401, Fantastic Four 306, and Hulk 335, plus X-Men 221 are all of these So Much Fun editions that I'm aware of. I don't know a whole lot about So Much Fun variants. I was going through my CLZ after I completed and added in issue 19 last week into my collection and just looking at it, and then all of a sudden I saw this, and I was aware of this, and I had even seen this in the past, but I just kind of spaced it, and I thought, no, I want to have it to really say that I have all the issues of Justice League Volume 1. The basis of the story, and this is the perfect one to reprint because it's just a one-issue storyline. There's a sorcerer from ancient Atlantis called Danuth, who turns a few people on Earth into the elements of Earth, Wind, and Air to do his bidding to try to bring Atlantis back to its full glory. I like the way that the teams are kind of split up in this issue too. Hawkman and Red Tornado on one adventure, Zatanna, Firestorm, and Elongated Man on one adventure, and Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman together on one adventure. And while I'm talking about JLA, my next JLA versus Avengers is coming up on John's Comics with Kids YouTube channel on October 22nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. I also mentioned, since I completed my Justice League of America run, and my friend Joe from Anachronic Comics completed that, we're going to be on the 1011, a extra special long Justice League of America edition. Joe and I together are going to be doing that on Gary B, the Casual Comic Guys channel. I think that's next Thursday at October 16th. I think it's next Thursday, and it's scheduled for 8 Eastern, 7 Central, I believe, but check Gary's channel for that. And if you're interested in me in doing like a live stream sometime, maybe in November after the Justice League 21 facsimiles come out, me going through my entire Justice League collection, let me know, because I think I might be open to doing that and just sharing some stories about that. Here is a classic cover, to say the least. Identity Crisis, this is issue number 4. Of course, it's a Michael Turner cover. Brad Meltzer is the writer of this. I've read this when we featured the series on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. Essentially, this issue is the portion of the story where Jean Loring ends up getting attacked by the same person who has killed Sue Dibney. Believe it or not, this is my first time owning this book. I know, with such a classic Wonder Woman cover like this, you'd think I would have had this book already. I've had this image reprinted in other Wonder Woman merchandise or hardcover books or other products I have, so I've had the image, but this is the first time I've had the actual book. I'll probably at some point get the second printing of this, which is the same except a bright red background cover instead of black, because that really makes it look literally fire. Carla Cohan has done an homage to this as a New York Comic Con exclusive. Of course, NYCC is coming up this week, and there's several variations, you know, foil and trade dress and virgin, and of her homage to this, which is being published on Wonder Woman 25, the current issue. I have pre-ordered those, and we'll have those in a Feature Comic Book Editions video to share with you. So look for that coming up in the future. Since we're talking Wonder Woman, this one ended up literally being a steal. I love this cover. We've got Cheetah Pretty Fierce, and she has taken Diana down. This is DCeased, Unkillables, issue number 1, published in 2020. It's a Ryan Brown cover. This was a C2E2 exclusive several years ago. Tom Taylor was the writer of this book too. And way all the way back in Comic Book Editions number 97, I picked up the trade dress version, which I actually liked a little bit more because the trade dress has a little splash of red on the top, and I thought it looked, it made it look a little extra sharp, so that's why I picked it up. But when I saw this one and the price, I mean, it was priced to just get rid of. I'm like, yep, this is coming home with me. I love this cover. Just love it. There's really no Wonder Woman or Cheetah inside of this comic book. This is mostly like a Deathstroke, Red Hood, Batgirl story. I even surprised myself a little bit in how much I ended up loving the DCeased storyline. I would kind of think that maybe it's not my jam, but it turned out to be my jam a whole lot. While I'm talking about comic books that the price was too good not to bring home, Robin 80th Anniversary. I'm kind of a big fan of these 80th Anniversary one-shots that DC has done, and I have a few of them, and there's some more I'd like to get. This was originally published back in 2020, and I remember at that time, I was like, maybe I should get that. I think I'd probably really enjoy it if I could. And I was at a comic show. I ended up picking this up for less than $1. It is the blank sketch variant. They didn't have any other versions to choose from. This was it. And I didn't buy it because it was the blank sketch variant, although the fact that it is a blank sketch variant does start to get my creative ideas flowing a little bit about how I can make this cover look pretty awesome. It would definitely be something Dick Grayson oriented on it. That's for sure. But there's 10 different stories inside of here of all of the different Robins throughout the years, plus there's some really awesome pinups included as well. So although it took me a little while to get this, I'm happy to finally have these in my collection because, as I said just a moment ago, these 80th anniversary comic books, I really tend to enjoy those. There's a few that I don't have in my collection that I hope I can add in sometime relatively soon. There is a Aquaman one that I really want, and I think there's a Green Arrow one too, and I kind of want to check that one out too. So those are ones I'm definitely interested in. And then to round out the 6-pack of DC Comics editions, I went to Ollie's. And at Ollie's recently, I found this awesome trade paperback. This is DC Comics Bombshells Volume 1 Enlisted. Originally, it was in 2016 that this trade paperback was released, and it collects the DC Comics Bombshells Volume 1, issues 1 through 6. I have read some of these Bombshell issues before. Some had been A-okay to me, and everything that I had read on it, I really enjoyed their version or their take, which surprised me a little bit because I remember at the time that this was brand new, I just kind of avoided and I thought, that's not my Wonder Woman. I don't think that this is for me. But even beyond Wonder Woman, I really like what they did with the characters, and they put some creative touch. There's a little woke in it too that maybe, because this story takes place back in the 1940s, World War II, that maybe that wouldn't have happened back then, but it didn't stop me from enjoying the book. And this nice little trade collection, especially for the price, was worth it. And maybe someday I'll end up collecting the full run. You never know. So those are 6 recent DC additions into my collection. I want to remind you about my back issue of the week. It's on Vigilante, since the Peacemaker Season 2 finale is coming up this week. This version of Vigilante on Peacemaker is much different than the comic book version that I'm talking about in my back issue of the week. But that's been doing really well view-wise. So if you haven't had the chance to check it out when it dropped yesterday morning, I would appreciate it if you would check it out. I'm 18 subscribers away from 1,000. It is time that I am saying, please start shouting out my channel so I can get these last 18. I'll probably need to get more than 18 to get it to stick, but I really want to see that 1,000 subscribers. Especially, literally, I do see the finish line in place. So if you could help your friend out and share my channel and talk about it and get some folks to subscribe to my channel, certainly would appreciate it. Thank you if you are new subscriber to my channel, and thank you if you're just a longtime friend that always comes back just to see what I've added into my collection. That means the world to me as well. Your friendship and support is awesome. Give this video a thumbs up, a like, a heart. The algorithm loves that, and I love reading your comments. So out of everything I showed today, is there anything you're looking for? Are you looking for those stickers now that I've shown them? We can dialogue about that and more. Maybe you have a So Much Fun variant. We can talk about that more in the comment section below, as your comments are welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. I know I can chat a lot. I tried to make this one a little bit smaller time-wise because I do value and appreciate your time. Coming up in the near future, we're going to have an all Wonder Woman video. I know, surprise, surprise, coming from my channel. But Wonder Woman Day is coming up this month, so we'll do a video to kind of celebrate that as well. So look for that on the way, and more fun and shenanigans. Until we get the chance to visit again, thank you for making it to the end of today's Comic Book Editions Volume 257. Have a happy, healthy, and safe rest of your day. Bye for now. I've put all of the stickers for you that and I used to find these in gumball machines, not gumball machines.